Hi guys, this is a follow-on video from one I did a little while back regarding solar rockers and one of the reasons they may not be working very well for some people. It was something I discovered quite by chance, and yet once you realise what it is, it's an obvious problem. We have a solar rocker here. Obviously it's dark at the moment, so I've got lights on to try and make it rock, and it is rocking, as you can probably see. Just moves my cup out of the way. Now, the problem is, if you place it on top of a metal surface, like the metal top here, it really struggles. And that's because the magnet on the end of the swinging arm, or the pendulum, that actually makes it rock, or at least the current passing through the coil underneath repels the magnet, and that's what makes it rock. But anyway, it's got a magnet on it, and it's attracted to the metal lid. So if you place your solar rocker on a metal surface, or a ferrous metal, one that's attracted by magnets, then your rocker's not going to work. If I just turn that back the other way again. So, I did that in a previous video. Why are we looking at this again? Well, I quite often joke in the comments that a lot of my solar rockers mysteriously fall over because my wife gets very annoyed with the amount of noise they make. Now that one's pretty quiet. That one you can probably hear ticking away. In fact, it's not a solar rocker. It's a battery powered one, but it's the same problem. With fresh batteries in, this one really makes a noise. Now, the batteries last for about a year. It's just a single AA battery, and after the first, I don't know, month or so, it quietens down. But I've just replaced the battery in this one, well, in the last week or so, and this one sits upstairs in the window on top of the stairwell, and my wife can hear it from the bedroom. So every time I come to bed, I find it's fallen over to shut it up. So I was going to fit a switch so she could just turn it off. And she said, well, why bother with that? You know, just laying it on its side's good enough. And that's a perfectly good answer. We don't really need to fit a switch. We can just lay it on its side, and that stops it rocking. But back to putting these on top of a metal surface, I did think, how about if I put it on a metal tin lid? And straight away, that's quietened it down because it's not going quite so wild. But if I leave it long enough, it does build up momentum again. So then I thought, how about a magnet? So I put a magnet there. We can now play with it. We can adjust its swing. If I bring it round the front, you can see it's really slowed right down. So we can actually adjust the speed of the rocker because the magnet is being passed through the metal surface of the tin anyway, but the magnet is affecting the rock. And this is almost like having a dial on the rocker to adjust it. So depending on exactly where I put that magnet, depends on how it swings. You might notice it's also having a problem, an impact on this fella. In fact, I'll move him out of the way just so we don't confuse things. So yeah, I've got an adjustable rocker. So just being on the metal lid is slowing its operation down anyway. And depending on where I place this magnet, we can adjust its swing. So I just thought I'd show that. It was just something I came across. I was going to modify this and put a switch on it. I'm not going to, because I don't really want to damage it. It's quite a nice little rocker. And as my wife says, it's quite alright just laying it down overnight, as long as it doesn't accidentally fall all the way down the stairs and break. So I don't need to modify it. But this is an alternative. I can just leave it on top of the tin lid, and that would slow it down anyway. I thought I would share that. Thanks for watching. If you like that, then you might like this. And if you like this and that, you might like to subscribe over there.